Constitution of the United States, has this loophole, which of course I'm sure you're all familiar with, right? That slavery or forced servitude is unlawful in the United States and its territories, except, say with me, except as a punishment for crime, right? And the argument goes, at least one argument goes, as demonstrated by the film 13th and much of what we hear in the media, is that this loophole essentially became the floodgate or the faucet, the valve that opened up this mass incarceration, prison industrial complex. We need to rethink that. In the South, also in the North, there were two parallel systems. And what I'm about to share with you will give us some context to appreciate the two organizations I'll focus on, which will be one, Weeksville, here in your Brooklyn. The other will be the East organization that you might know something about that was located in central Brooklyn as well. And so there were two parallel institutions. There was chattel enslavement, and with it, there was an arsenal of functionaries, one of which was the infamous slave catcher that was empowered by the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, meaning now those persons could cross state lines and apprehend and return real or imagined captives. The other parallel track is this, that we hardly ever, I think, fully consider, is that prior to the 13th Amendment, there was already a long history in this country of incarcerating poor or delinquent whites and using them as convict laborers. And for them, their parallel counterpart to the slave catcher was the bounty hunter. If you saw the movie Django Unchained, you'll see what I mean, you recall what I mean about this bounty hunter. The bounty hunter was the parallel character to the slave catcher. And so we have two systems here. One of white convict laborers. And the second hand, we have, of course, the chattel enslavement track. And so it is not so much 13th Amendment unleash this mass incarceration, is that it allowed for states like Mississippi, Alabama to quickly remix their laws. Now, if you stole a hog or a pig that was formerly a misdemeanor, it was a felony. And so what states began to do during Reconstruction was that they were able to fuse the two parallel tracks of white convict labor and now the newly emancipated peoples that represented a new source of labor. And by fusing them, states realized the profits that could be made from unjustifiably, but certainly, within the ideology of the South. Now, this particular, fusion between convict laboring and really, the morphing of enslavement is crucial because against this backdrop is how Weeksville is formed.